Hello. It's been a long time since we chatted. And I was thinking, it's about time I jump on here and grab another video filled with ideas and motivation, inspiration during this wild and crazy time. I am Jacqueline, founder and creator of Discover Love Matches, which is what everybody wants to do that is single and eligible and ready to find their person, or even just kind of thinking about getting ready to find their person and wishing for the journey to be positive and productive. Well, recently, a friend of mine and we were chatting away about dating and what it's like right now with good old COVID. And the response of her was, you just need to do a video on all these things we just talked about so people can understand better how to date during COVID, which I've been talking about stuff. I've brought different things up during this journey, but I'm realizing more and more that it's just this interesting kind of tap dance back and forth. It's kind of like tipping your toe in the water, hoping you're not going to get sick. Nothing's going to happen to you because you crave connection. But then something in the news happens, somebody gets sick, things get you nervous and worried again and cautious. There's a lot of reasons we are needing to social distance. Yet at the same time, we're conflicting our message with the fact that we want to be with somebody close and be intimate and be physical. We want to hug, we want to kiss, we want to share stories, we want intimacy and passion and pleasure. So where do we go from here? This whole situation of a health crisis and pandemic is real and it's going to be around for a while. So the real question is, what are you going to do about moving yourself forward? What are you going to do about your dreams, your wishes, your desires, your wants, your needs? Are you going to keep waiting? Are you just going to say, hey, maybe next year something will happen? Or are you going to start doing little steps, big steps, everything in between? Well, I'd love for you to comment below on the video and let me know, what have you actually been doing during the pandemic? Have you still been going out on dates? Have you had some really good makeout sessions? Are you being sexual? Are you being intimate? Are you not going out? Are you postponing everything? Are you taking it in steps? Maybe a video date first to see if there's enough of a connection to meet each other in person. Are you setting up rules and boundaries and specifics, kind of like you should do with dating anyways? Well, I want to dig into some of the top tips that I've been giving clients, because obviously my profession is to bring people together at a time in life when the world is telling us to stay at least 6 feet apart, if not stay in your home as much as possible. Wash your hands, don't hug people, don't get too close, keep your mask on, cover up as much as you can, wash your hands all the time, wash your clothing all the time, really be careful wiping down all the surfaces. So what is a girl and a guy to do that still has desires and wishes and wants to be intimate, to be close, to be connected? Well, one of the things that's most important is for you to figure out where your comfort level is. You have to decide what it matters to you. I think that this is where we define the line of boundaries initially, just like any kind of a dating situation. You might not want to hug or kiss on the first date, even without a pandemic. But maybe you're somebody who kind of says, hey, this is important to me to get close early on so I can feel if there's a connection and there's chemistry. Well, with a pandemic, you have to stop and think. You have to pause and ask yourself where you're at. Are you more focused on keeping single right now, or do you actually want to start dating? If you want to start dating, you really can. Actually, people are dating like crazy and having a good time, but they're dating with a more cautious mind. They're not random dating. They're not just going out with anybody and everybody. Now, I do know, yeah, there's been a lot of recycle dating. I hate to say that word, so I had to pause for a moment. But the truth is, people are recycling, but in a good way, I think, is that you already know that person. Maybe it's somebody you dated before, maybe it's somebody that you were friends with before, maybe it's somebody that you never got a really good jumpstart opportunity, and now you're more open. Maybe your wants, needs, and desires have changed some. So, as one of my clients said, yeah, I've been recycling a whole bunch. Now, the thing that's tricky about that is you need to remember in your mind very clearly, Is this somebody you would want to date even after the pandemic, or are you just trying to scratch an itch? I have definitely seen quite a few text messages between people that are just looking to scratch a little itch, which, you know what? I actually think is just fine. We need to relieve some tension, people. We need to still feel safe in our own skin, in our own environment. We need to feel connections with humans, regardless of what's going on. We need this. It is human nature. It is healthy, and it is a stress reliever. So figure out your boundaries with your recycled people, but also as you meet new people, you want to be open and understanding that you might have a certain boundary line that is very different than a new person's boundary line is for them. So when you were originally getting those initial conversations started, ask the other person where they are at. Create a safe space. If they prefer talking on video first, let them have that, because when you create a safe space for the other person, they are going to have their walls down a little bit less. They're going to be more willing to communicate and be vulnerable. They're going to feel that you are able to listen and you hear what's going on and you respect the initial boundaries that they set. Now, just like when I say to people, you should meet one another at the front of the restaurant, outside, or right in the entryway, then have a seat and just wait for your date to find you. It's setting that boundary because you're showing the other person, I want to walk in together. I want to not wonder which person in the restaurant actually is you, if maybe you've only, seen each other on a dating profile and you're meeting for the first time. It's the same idea of clear communication. Set up a space that is comfortable for you. The video chat is wonderful. We have such great technology now. When you do decide you want to meet somebody in person, what is going to be important is that you find out things like, are you both going to keep your masks on during the whole time? Are you going to take it off just to eat? Maybe you're going to take a walk and it's a good wide pathway. Are you going to choose to do a full 6 feet apart? Are you going to be close? Would you be comfortable if the other person kind of got a little closer on the walk? Because some people, their bubble's pretty delicate. Other people, it's like, hey, just like when you're on a date and the person puts their hand on your low back, puts their hand on your arm, it feels good. But yet, if that's something you're nervous about getting too close, you need to be clear that it's not them, it's just part of your cautious perspective while you are being safe during a very important and very crucial time in our world. You want to be clear on this. It's the same thing as when we talk about condoms or no condoms, we are being safe. We are being clear in our communication. And if you say you want to wear a condom or the person to wear a condom and the other person isn't supportive of that, well, again, that's not respecting your boundaries, regardless of pandemic or not. So this is where you get to speak out. This is where you get your voice. This is where you get to be more clear about what it is that you want, you desire, and you are craving. I'm feeling very strongly that so many people I'm working with are letting me know more precise what they want, but it's on a heart level. Yes, we love attraction. Yes, we love the sparks and the chemistry, but we want to connect as a deeper situation. We're going through a tough time. And if you can survive a difficult time at the start of your courtship, think about what you can do the rest of your relationship. The other advantage of dating right now is a partnership, having somebody else to be in the dugout with you. We don't have to do all of this all by ourselves. We really don't. And I want you to start thinking about this as a positive. So my encouragement to you is to just get clear with your communication, figure out where you're at, ask each other ahead of time, and then let this process still be romantic, be beautiful, be sweet, be kind. A friend of mine just sent me a picture of an envelope and a letter and said, oh my goodness, the guy that I am dating actually wrote me a handwritten letter. That does not happen. Okay, that is one very stylish, old-fashioned dude that has just gotten huge points, mega points with her, gave her a huge smile, and is standing out from all the other guys that are always trying to get her attention. That did not make you get any physical closer, anything extra. It validated that you were worth the effort, that the other person is romantic, and it allowed for a unique experience that only cost a couple pieces of paper, an envelope, and a stamp. So let's remember what it means to find somebody special. What does it mean to have someone that says you're worth it? And what does it mean to truly show up? There's a couple of singles in our group that I had been telling each other about the other person, and it took them a long time to finally connect and actually go out. And then once they did, they're like, oh, well, this is why Jacqueline said we should both meet. You know, timing is everything. Allow yourself an opportunity to unveil the right communication, the experiences, the boundaries, and the pleasure that you are so craving on your dating journey. Whether it's a pandemic or you are just exploring the world of dating and vulnerability, you deserve to love and to be loved. And you also need to start showing up, participating in whatever opportunities are available that pique your interest, because you know what? There are so many amazing eligible singles wanting to meet you. So I am Jacqueline. I am so happy to support you to find love, enjoy love, keep love. So come check us out at Discover Love Matches, and let's see who you get to meet yourself.